In this exercise, I want to talk about selecting an object and then playing with compositing in your layers so that you can bring some kind of fascinating effects simply by creating a selection and then replacing it. So right now, what I showed you was a cathedral type door, and I've made the door selection and then I placed another image behind it, this kind of eerie looking eye. All right, so let's get started with this exercise. I'm going to go ahead and open the original door file, and this is called RoundDoor. The first thing I'm going to do is a Command J again to create a copy of that background layer so that I can always go back to the original. So I'm going to zoom in here by using my Command and plus shortcut, and I'm going to assess what I'm looking at. So this has some straight edges as well as some irregular shapes. So for this exercise, I'm going to use the magnetic lasso tool. Okay, it's going to allow me to get these nice curvy lines and straight lines, as well as go into some of these details. All right. Now, this isn't the only tool that will do this trick, but I want you guys to get some practice with this tool. So I'm going to go ahead and click to start my line, and as you can see, it's sticking to that contrast of that line. Okay, now I'm going to zoom in, spacebar to activate the hand, and I'm going to help my line figure out where my pixels are and which direction I'm going. Okay, so now it knows that I want to go this way. I'm going to keep going. Like so, and then once again, I'm just going to click where I'm changing direction. Oops. I can clean that up later. Okay. Command plus to zoom in and Command minus to zoom out is a really handy shortcut when working with Photoshop. Okay, this zigzaggy place, I'm just gonna, whoops, I completed the loop, so I'm just gonna press Shift to keep going. Okay, and spacebar. And with the magnetic lasso, you actually don't have to continue pressing Shift. Okay, as long as you press Shift and then start the line. Okay, so just guide it along this irregular line. Okay, that looks pretty good. And go down here. And let's just go back to that beginning of that second line. Close it. There we go. So I've made my selection. Okay, let's go in and clean up that little blip that I have there. I'm going to do that with the regular lasso tool and press Option and just go in, Option, delete, and then I'm going to press Shift where I actually accidentally took away too much of my selection. All right, so at this point you can refine the edge if you like. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and Take a look at my selection. It looks pretty good. Maybe just smooth it by a very tiny bit, like 2 pixels. All right. And this setting really depends on how much definition is in your image, meaning how high definition it is. If it's an image with low number of pixels, you'll get bigger adjustments done with lower numbers. Okay. So I'm just going to press OK, and now you can go to select, save the selection. That way I can always go to my channels and get it if I want to. So in this case, what I'm going to do is cut it out. So I'm going to do a Command X, right? Or you can go to Edit, Cut, which is what I did. Now I'm going to go and take a look at this image that I found, okay? And I found this actually just online, right? I'm going to just select all, Command A, make sure you're in that layer, Command C, okay, and Command V. I'm going to bring it into my new layer. Now, if you want to do this with a found object or found image, you can do that by either taking pictures or going into Google Images and selecting a large image that you want to place here. Now, let's take a look at the layers right now, and you're going to notice that this eye is on the layer that's above the door layer. Okay, so that's why it's landing on top. So all I have to do is just grab and drag it behind the layer 1 to get the effect that I want. Okay, I can also move it with the move tool, okay, to place it where I want, as well as transform it with the transform tool, which is Command T. Okay, and you can make it scale smaller or larger, or rotate it, whatever effect you want to create. Okay, great. That's it for this exercise. If you want to, once again, go into Google and select images, make sure that you select a large image before bringing it into this Photoshop file. Now, if you want to use Google Images to look for your images, let's say I type in scary eyes, okay, just make sure that you are going into the search tools and going into size and selecting large. Okay, that's going to give you a nice selection of large images, meaning high definition, where you'll have enough pixels to match the pixel dimension of the images I have for you guys.